How's it going, guys? Back with another boxing video. This video is going to be on the fight between Tom Little versus Alen Babic. To me, this is going to be another entertaining fight on the undercard of Dillion's next card. Alen Babic, very exciting fighter, very aggressive but very limited, always entertaining. He comes out going for the knockout, swinging wildly, throwing a lot of hooks and overhand shots. Very aggressive, very easy to hit. Very basic fighter that you expect when he steps up to come short. He's also a smaller heavyweight, and he's fighting, English journeyman Tom Little. Tom Little's quite a character. I find him very entertaining. All of his interviews. He's very experienced. He's been in there with the likes of Dubois, Hrgovic, David Price. He went in with the Russian heavyweight on the undercard of the Joshua Ruiz fight. He's willing to fight anybody. And I think he's an underrated opponent too, because as you saw, even against Hrgovic and Dubois, he went some rounds in both of those fights because he has gameness to him. He's tough, he's game, he always comes to fight. Matter of fact, he always comes to win. But he's always seemed to be a bit out of shape. But now for this fight, he's had a long time to prepare for it, and I believe he's cutting down to cruiserweight. So on his way down to cruiserweight, he's taken this fight. So he's supposed to be, I think, in probably the best shape he's been in a long time, maybe his whole career. And he's got decent boxing ability. He's got decent skills. He's got pretty good lateral movement and footwork. He's got pretty fast hands as well. He's got a decent jab. He's a decent boxer, especially for his record. So I'm looking forward to this fight, and I think Tom Little actually has a chance of winning this fight because he's got a good movement and a decent jab, so that could be able to frustrate and keep Babic off of him. But I mean, that's going to be the question that's going to decide the fight. Can his jab and his movement keep Babic off of him? Because Babic is super aggressive that you need to have a stiff enough jab to stop him in his tracks. And that's the question. Does Little have that type of power in his jab? Maybe not. But also, if he can survive the onslaught from Babic over the first 3 or 4 rounds, I think Babic will start to slow down. And once Babic gets tired, I don't believe he has the boxing skill or ability to survive in there. Whereas, Tom Little, he can get tired and he'll still be able to survive with a bit of defense and a bit of holding and moving. Babic's defense is his offense. If he's not punching, he's getting hit, which isn't what's going to make this fight so interesting to me, because I don't think he's going to be able to stop Tom Little in the first two rounds or something, because you've seen Tom Little, he's got a decent chin. He's taken big right hands and from the likes of David Price, Dubois, Hrgovic. And okay, they don't apply that relentless, aggressive pressure that Babic does. They like to box more and pick their shots, whereas Babic is just going to be all over Tom Little from the first bell. But Tom Little, even if he gets dropped in that, I believe he'll be able to hold and move and stall in the fight and use his jab, and just enough to survive the first 3 or 4 rounds to take it to a point in the fight where Babic starts to tire. And I think once Babic starts to tire, Tom Little may be able to take over the fight and start winning rounds, and maybe even look at a late stoppage on Alen Babic. But that remains to be seen. I'm looking forward to that fight. To me, that's pretty much a 50-50 fight. I think if the fight ends early, Babic by KO, I think if it gets into the second half of the fight, I would actually favor Tom Little in that fight. I'm not sure how many rounds they're fighting. I hope it's at least a 10-rounder, because then that'll really test Babic's stamina if Tom Little can make it into the back end of that fight. So at the moment, I actually think I'm going to be leaning towards Tom Little in that fight. But let me know what you guys think about this fight and who you guys are picking. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.